Coach, I guess first question, how would you describe kind of the competitiveness you've seen this spring from you guys?
You know, it's been better than I thought. You know, we made a lot of strides. You have so much going on. You have the mental aspect of it. You have the pace of practice, which is increased. But you know, I tell the guys it's something that you can control yourself, no matter knowing the plays. It's effort and competitiveness. Like how are you fighting for the ball? Like it shows up on film. And then you find sometimes guys think they're doing it and they're actually not. And then we go through on film and the guys come over and we kind of look at it and then say, oh, okay, now they're self-aware of what I'm asking for, what Coach Parker's asking for, and what they need to do to get the ball. So it's been really, really good.
And then a follow-up to that, when you challenged them this spring, what have you seen from their mental toughness to kind of get over that hump?
It's been great. Somebody that really sticks out is Tobias. You know, making such a big jump from last year to now and challenging him. It's like all the work last year mentally, you know, because he has the physical part that he's made huge strides and he's become a leader for us. So watching him has been great. As you get to know the freshmen and seeing how they respond, okay, what kind of buttons can you push, and, you know, what motivates them, it's still an ongoing process, you know, so we have 3.5 more months to really get ready, and now they know the standard going into the summer and then to the fall, kind of what's expected and the tempo of practice and the standard of the room.
Chansi, in addition to skill and ability, what are the intangibles that you're looking for?
Work ethic, okay, how important it is to you. How much you do off the field when you're coming over, just 15 minutes a day, that equals about 1.5 hours extra each week, and then you start building, kind of a library of process of how you go about getting better. It's not just enough just to know the plays and do the time we have in college. You have to spend extra time in college because you're so handicapped by the 20-hour rule. So the great ones find extra time, to come over while they're eating or in between classes, come on and watch film and just get better. Just a couple minutes a day. That builds a good library of trying to get better.
And what are you seeing in the room different from last year? What you just talked about?
I think the talent level has jumped big time, bringing the 3 freshmen in. I think the competitiveness of the room, top to bottom, because you add 3 guys to the room that really have some great skill sets, that makes the room better. And then the guys around them see that, it's like, okay, everyone's making plays, maybe I need to do more. So the goal is to create such a high level of competition that guys have a no choice standing but to get better.
You said earlier that it's going better than you expected. What were you, expecting from the beginning?
I thought, especially with I guess I should clarify that, mostly on the freshmen, the lower end of the room, the younger guys, should I say, the learning curve from high school to college, but those guys have been phenomenal. You keep waiting for them to really hit a wall, and the guys kind of broke through it. You're waiting for, hey man, it's too hard. And early on, they were excited. Then you hit the, practice 5, 6, 7, 8. It's kind of like I'm in the thick of it. I'm supposed to be in high school, but now I'm doing spring practice at a high level. And the guys just kept battling, kept coming over to do an extra time. And you see the result now that guys are making plays. They have to go through a full practice, knowing what to do in a highly competitive environment. So that's been awesome, just way more than I expected.
Kind of a 2-part question, but how has Parker changed the productivity of the wide receiver room with the offensive schemes, and how has the quarterback play helped enhance it as well?
Okay, so there's two great things. Obviously you have to have a quarterback that can throw the ball deep, throw it accurately, and that's kind of what has been the big difference now, just challenging guys going downfield and those guys wanting to throw the ball downfield, and you throw the ball downfield, but you have to have some completions, and that builds confidence. Now this year I think the guys have more confidence catching the ball downfield, tracking the ball, left eye, right eye. Coach Parker brings a receiver background, and the guys get that, so they feel a connection to him as well. Just like when he's talking wide out things, he and I have the same language, same lingo, so they hear it a second time, a third time from the OC. There's okay, this must be real what we're doing. And then that's the proof in the pudding that he's there with them. We're doing extra 7-on-7 meetings as a whole group so that we can talk out loud, hey, yelling out coverages 0, 1, 4, 2 tilt, whatever it may be. The guys are able to process those things and therefore able to play faster and therefore able to play more confident.
What's it like having Chris Tyree in the room now?
Well, it's been great. He's such a veteran presence, and he's not like anyone we've had in our room. He has great acceleration. He's shown great hands, and he's picked it up so fast just because of the knowledge that he has. I was expecting a bigger curve, but by practice 2 or 3, you can see, hey, this dude can really help us. and he's really bought into learning. And he takes coaching. You know, he's very cerebral, but he's brought an element of speed, an element of short area quickness, you know, that we didn't have in the room. So he's been a great asset.
You ask players all the time how they want to improve from one year to another in an offseason. But for you as a coach, entering your second year here at Notre Dame, how are you hoping to enhance your coaching ability here going into your second year?
Just learning overall the playbook more, learning coverages and tips that I can give the guys. And I mentioned earlier about understanding coverage, being able to play faster, therefore playing more confident. You know, giving these guys the tools that they need, the keys they need to see so they can work that much faster, process that much faster. You know, the receiver position is really a thinking man's game. You know, just, you know, sometimes you get guys that just run out and then they just do it and not process what's really happening. So for me, I think my growth is giving those guys even more keys and even more tools to play faster and more confident.
We've seen Jayden and I guess Jayden Thomas and Jaden Greathouse work in the slot. What about a bigger body benefits those guys in that position?
So those two guys are unique in the fact that they're both bigger bodies. JT has some savviness and quickness to him for a bigger body, and so does JG. You know, you look at him, but he can move, he's very slippery, and those guys are able to body out guys in the slot, you know, and run, you know, the downfield stuff that, you know, you sometimes use for a tight end. So they have the quickness of a smaller, faster receiver, but the body of a tight end with great ball skills. So that, you know, that's the best of both worlds. And you have a changeup with Chris Tyree, so it gives us and Coach Parker so many options to move guys around to get mismatches.
Last question from Matt.
And then you've come up with some pretty creative drill work and individual work, or drills. I guess where does that creation come from, and is there some place that you go to kind of find those drills?
Yeah, I do some training at T2. Shout out to Tevin and the things he do here in town. But you know, I do that because in the off season, when I was playing in the NFL and what guys do now, they go train. You know, they go train with a trainer to perfect their craft. So I say, why not go train and do the same things and bring it to my guys here? You know, so that they can do it year round as opposed to just doing it in the summer. So you're trying to find an unconventional way with a deeper understanding of the position and what you need to do and how your body needs to react and what muscles you need. Because when the time comes, you just have to react and do your job. So giving these guys the opportunities in practice so that when the situation comes, their body is just understanding what it's trying to do.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Offensive weapon. How's the transition going to the receiver room now?
It's been really good so far. I've had a lot of fun. I've had my ups and downs for sure, but I understand that that's part of the process, and I've enjoyed every part of it so far.
Being one of the veteran guys in that room, what can you bring to a lot of the younger guys and a lot of the freshmen coming?
Experience. You know, I know what it's like being here every day. Being, you know, just having the opportunity to wake up early every day in the morning, come in here, have practice, have school all day. I know what it's like. I know what kind of routines work for me, so I can share my experiences with the younger guys, and you know, just try to give them as much insight as possible.
What about your run game experience helped transition over to, you know, the receiver position?
Yeah, I think it helps me after the catch with beating different angles, making people miss in space. But honestly, right now I'm just working on having that expertise as a receiver, knowing where to line up, knowing how to work pre and post snap. So that's what I've been working with Coach Stuckey and Coach Parker so far.
And what's it been like, I guess, in Parker's offense, along with the quarterback battle that you guys are experiencing every day?
Yeah, it's been great. I think it's pretty interesting because so many people are learning at the same time. I was telling the guys upstairs, like with the freshmen, I have my senior experiences here, but honestly, we're all learning at the same time. It's kind of a weird dynamic, but I've enjoyed every part of this so far.
Chris, what came naturally in the transition to you?
Being able to work in space. I feel like that's the part that I like the most, just having so much space out there, being able to use a little bit more creativity, having a plan with my route running, stuff like that. That's what I've been working with Coach Stuckey and Coach Parker, so it's been pretty fun.
You mentioned your experience in making the transition. Can you tell us any one particular trait or thing that you picked up here at Notre Dame that made that transition easier for you?
What do you mean by that?
Just mentally preparing to go in and accept a new challenge, change.
Oh yeah, I mean we do that every day. We come in and compete, no matter what we're doing, no matter it's lifting, classroom, school. workouts out here on the field. So we're competing every day, and just having that mindset and translate it out to the field is what I'm doing right now.
Chris, what did you get out of that trip to Ireland last month?
Yeah, it was great. That was actually my first time out of the country. So, just being able to take everything in, just live in the moment, experience that, I'm blessed to have that opportunity. And yeah, man, just taking everything. It was a great opportunity and honestly a blessing for me.
You get one or two more?
How would you describe the chemistry coming from the running back room to this room? And what do you like about the guys you're working with now?
Yeah, I would say the receiver room was like a lot of personalities mixed together because there's so many people. I think we mesh really well. There's not really any ego or issue problems like that. We all understand that we're all working towards the same goal. So honestly, it's been really smooth in there. And in the past, it was the same way in the running back room. We all had our role. We all had different contributions that we had to make. So just understanding that we're all working towards the same goal is what basically the mindset in every room on the team. So.
And then how has Coach Stuckey pushed you to become a better player?
Yeah, it's been, like I said, I have my ups and downs, but I understand that, he's here for my best interest. I think he pushes me a lot, and honestly, I appreciate it. There's no off days here. Honestly, I've loved every moment of it, so.
Chris, what was it like to walk on the green grass of Avita Stadium?
It was really cool. I don't know if you knew this, but it's like a synthetic kind of grass that they have down there, and it had a pretty good feel to it. So I'm excited for the game.
Thanks, Chris. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Tobias, what has just the last 10 months on campus kind of been like for you?
I think it's gone by really fast. Like, I was talking to Ben the other day, and we're like, we almost been here for a year. And I think, like, just coming in every day is like a grind. You're like, dang, this is never going to be over. And then, like, now looking back, it's gone by like that. So it's just been really fast. It's been a good time. A lot of growth, a lot of learning.
And then what are a couple areas that you've kind of focused on this spring?
I think getting in and out of breaks, making contested catches, and just getting the playbook.
They can't teach size. With your size, how do you use your size to your advantage?
I think it comes with like making those contested catches, like I said, down the field, lay hands, using your body to get away from defenders and going up top and grabbing it.
And where have you improved the most in your receiving abilities?
I think just consistency. Like last summer I'd be like going in and out, making plays, and then getting thrashed to the sideline. But now it's like more consistent, making more plays, doing the right thing, all that.
Does it help your confidence that you're on the field more often now?
Well, I think in terms of practice, like I was having consistent reps, but being with that one group, having Sam and Tyler back there with JT and Dion, it's just been a lot of confidence we built within each other, and we know what we're going to do. We know like situationally where the ball's going and what they're looking at. So it's been really good for confidence and just morale.
Going into a second season with Chansi Stuckey now, how's that relationship grown?
I think it's grown a lot. Like he's really tough on the first year guys right now. Like I'm like looking back like, damn, that was just me. And I think just growing with him, you're able to see that like he does that for a reason. He's hard on you for a reason because like he's hard on you because they're gonna be hard on you when you're playing. No one's gonna give you a rip off. You're not gonna be able to just say, oh my bad, and go back to the next one. Like game's on the line, you gotta make the play.
What's it like, in that receiver room? You've been pretty close to guys like JT, Dion, even the DBs.
I think we've all just grown really close. Like we're all friends in the locker room. We all mess around, and I think it makes more practice more fun when you're chirping with the DBs, chirping with each other. We're like, all right, we gotta go make him look silly now because he's chirping at us.
And how does that help you, out on the field in a real game or, in the spring game or something?
I think when you're able to just have fun with it, things just click. When everything's just tense and you're like, oh, we gotta make a play, we gotta lock in, it's like a drag. But when you're out there having fun, it's just like backyard football.
And how does, I guess, the field open up more with Tyree out there, with his ability to move in space?
I think he just creates more space for us a lot. Like, they can't just guard me and Dion on the outside. They gotta get in there and get a little shifty guy like CT, and it's hard for them. They're having trouble with it.
How would you describe the healthy competition within the room, and you guys kind of want to see everyone get better at the same time?
I think that really the media creates a competition. Like, we all just want to get better. We all play our role, and we all just, we don't really care about who's starting, who's playing. We just want to be on the field making plays and helping the team out.
And then how have you grown mentally throughout your time here, and kind of what steps are you taking this spring to go upstairs?
I think obviously just being in the film room, getting in the playbook has been a lot, but also on the field, just having confidence that I know what I'm doing and I know I can go make this play and make things happen for offense.
I get one more.
What are your impressions of the quarterback competition so far?
I love it. I mean, they both offer a lot for our team. They're different quarterbacks. They like different things, and I think they both, like, if you could put them together, that'd probably be the dream guy, you know, but I mean, it's been, whoever wins it, we're going to have a damn good offense.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right, how's spring going so far? New guy joining the position room, experienced guy, second year with Chansi Stuckey now. What's the spring like so far?
I'll say it's going good for sure. You know, I say we're having fun. You know, taking shots down the field, having CT in the room, having a speed guy. You know, I think we're all playing with confidence and just excited to just make a play, I would say.
Did you put on some weight, man? Just like, you know, you was already kind of a bigger receiver, but able to kind of put some muscle on and, you know, bully some guys out there.
Yeah, for sure. You know, definitely in the off season, spring, gained a little bit more muscle. You know, just to help me with, you know, my physicality and also speed.
How does that help with guys like Tyler and Sam being able to throw the ball into, you know, tight spaces and even down the field?
Yeah, it definitely helps a lot. You know, just expecting me to be open with my physicality and, you know, also outrunning defenders, I would say.
You worked in the slot quite a bit last year, I guess. What do you like about that position for yourself?
In the slot, you know, definitely I feel like I can, you know, get mismatches, you know, just whether it's a nickel, small nickel, safety, or even a backer. I feel like, you know, none of those people can guard me at all. Played outside in high school, and so, you know, just going against smaller defenders and maybe slower defenders, I feel like I should be able to win every time in one-on-one situations.
What's the biggest thing you've learned about the position since coming to Notre Dame?
I would say definitely, you know, how much technique is used in it rather than the outside. You know, a lot of guys on the outside, it's just, you know, speed and, you know, just catching the ball. But, you know, in the slot, you kind of got to figure out where the zone defenders are dropping. You know, if it's man or even if, you know, safety is carrying you or whatever. So I think it's a lot of technique, and with Stuckey has, you know, done a great job of helping me, you know, figure stuff out.
What's the area that you're working on right now to improve your game?
I would say still, like, you can never improve on route running, ever. For, like, you know, people in the league, you see the best receivers still training routes in the off season, even though they run the best routes. So I can always improve on my route running. Yeah.
You've seen several different types of quarterbacks during your couple years here. I guess what stands out about this group?
You know, definitely just, you know, how fun we're having, I would say, and, you know, the energy they bring to practice. You know, bringing in a guy like Sam, he's a great guy, and then T-Buck, Steve, Kenny. You know, I feel like they all just mesh well together, and we all compete out there. You know, I don't think there's ever a time where we're not trying to compete against one another, or, you know, score touchdowns, and, you know, all at the same time, you know, keep a smile on our face.
How would you describe the new freshmen coming in, and kind of what advice have you given them this spring?
I would say they're definitely a savvy group. You know, they all have their different tools and techniques, but, you know, I just try to tell them, you know, one, you know, it's just, it takes hard work. You got to love it, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.